Hi, Trailblazers. This is Mrs. Wright, your librarian. I'm so excited to share some new picture books that we have because you might be interested in checking those out since they're brand new to our library. The first one I want to start with today is called Sumo Kitty. This was written by David Bedrzejewski, and I like that on the front cover you've got Sumo Kitty, and on the back cover there's the back of Sumo Kitty. Sumo Kitty must show a lot of determination to keep working to meet his goals no matter what it takes, even if there are mice who are getting in the way. So poor Sumo Kitty has a situation where he's expected to remove all mice from the premises, and the mice just keep coming no matter what. So he's got to figure out a way to solve that problem. The second book is a great one for bedtime stories. This is called You Are My Happy, and it's written by Hoda Kotb. And here's the back photo. And it is a lovely book to read together with your family and have some snuggle time, or you could read it to your stuffed animal. It's a sweet, sweet book. The next one is called Llama Destroys the World. Oh yes, Llama Destroys the World. It was written by Jonathan Stutzman, and it is just exactly as silly as it sounds. I don't want to give any surprises away, but I'm just going to say there's a lot of food involved. The next book is called Lovely Beasts, The Surprising Truth. It was written by Kate Gardner and illustrated by Heidi Smith. And I will say, I think this one is a good fit for some of our older readers because some of the vocabulary in it is a little bit tricky. It's a beautiful new book, and it shows some simple illustrations, but it also describes the animals just a little bit. So it gives just a paragraph. So for example, on the spider one, it shows you might think the spider is creepy, but then you turn the page and it re-describes the spider as a crafter. And there's a paragraph about the spider being having ingenuity with making webs and what it can do. So there's a spider and wolves and a porcupine and lots of different lovely beasts. It's a really interesting book because it's unique. The next one is called How to Give Your Cat a Bath in 5 Easy Steps. It was written by Nicola Winstanley. If you have ever tried to give a cat a bath, and I don't advise it, you might find this book helpful as a how-to. And after you read the book, you might also be inspired to write your own how-to book, whether it's about your cat, another pet, or something else. The next books go together, kind of. They were written by the same authors, Adam Wallace and Andy Elkerton. This one is How to Catch a Unicorn and How to Catch a Mermaid. And they have beautiful, colorful illustrations in them. Kind of a fun, lots and lots of color. So the premise is, how would you catch the unicorn and how would you catch the mermaid? This next book is a beautiful book. It's called Hair Love, and you probably heard it at our book fair, heard about it at our book fair last spring. This book is also an animated short film that won an Academy Award, which is pretty cool. So this is Hair Love, written by Matthew Cherry, and it's a story about a little girl who's getting ready for school, and her dad is trying to help her get her hair ready, and they're just working together to solve that problem. And it's got some gorgeous illustrations, and it's a nice story to read together. And finally, this is another book that would be suitable for older readers. This one is called Books, 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 and it was written by Mick Manning and Britta Granstrom, and it describes the books that are in the British Library. So there are some really, really old, first of their kind ever books that are in this British Library, and this book is about those books. It's kind of meta. So the neat thing about this book is the way that the illustrations and the pages are laid out. So it actually tells you a little bit about these unusual books and what's important about them and the fact that they're in this library in the first place. And it mixes in the illustration. So for example, the Magna Carta, which is a historic document, is there, and it shows you details in the illustrations about history. So you can see there's a lot of really small text, and you can look around and see some short facts and pieces about these different books. So you might want to read this with your grown-up. Here are some William Shakespeare pieces. Lots of really, really cool books. This is Jane Austen. So if you're somebody who really loves books and history, or you don't know anything about it and you just think, I'm interested in reading about some of those early books that are preserved, you might want to check this book out too. As always, we have so many everybody books or picture books that you might want to investigate, but those are just a few of the new ones we've added to our library. Happy reading!